Hello, Stargazer here, and welcome to the first episode of the Flight Test Series, a new series I'll be doing on this channel while I show you spacecraft that I've been working on lately. The one in front of you right now is the Starlight Fighter. It is currently on a mission to New Horizons, a space station that has been built in the past few months since our launch of the Fuel Light, which ultimately was a failure. We've decided to scrap the whole idea of a mining operation and focus more on light fighters, seeing as they are much more profitable. So, here I am launching the Starlight Fighter. It currently has a fairing on it because I couldn't get it to stay stable in the upper atmosphere. Also, I was just a bit too cheap to actually fix that, but whatever. It runs off 4 ion engines and 1 normal engine, so it's kind of like a hybrid. It's the best of both worlds. You're about to get your first real good look of the Starlight Fighter. And the Starlight Fighter is about to get its first glimpse of outer space. And Jebediah is very anxious to see on how it will perform, especially in docking, considering the fact that that's the one area of the spacecraft that we aren't very sure if it's going to be good at. But now we are extending our solar panels and preparing for the burn ahead of us. So here is the maneuver that we are going to be performing in order to get us into a nice rendezvous with the station. We will have to orbit around Kerbin a few times in order to get it just right, but that's okay. So here I am, about halfway through the burn towards the station, when I decouple from the launch stage. So that is the rendezvous, and now we're going to cut to a scene where I am about to start docking. This was very tedious, and I'll see why in a second, but I hit the station and I'm thinking, oh god, I just hit the station, I screwed myself up. But then, I'm sitting there and I'm like, shouldn't I have docked already? And then I look at it, I'm like, oh my god, what the heck is going on? And I'm thinking maybe I broke the docking port, but then I'm like, wait, that makes no sense. You can't break docking ports. It's not like wheels. But that's a different story. But eventually, I do get docked with the station coming up. And there we go. It was a lot longer than it needed to be. So, after topping up on some fuel and letting the batteries recharge, we undock from the station and slowly drift away from it, heading towards our maneuver to get back to the KSC. So here I am, just making sure my maneuver is okay to get us back to the KSC. This is an untested spacecraft, so we don't know what will happen. But now I'm just going to time warp into the atmosphere and close the solar panels so that way they don't burn up in the atmosphere. Well, at least don't rip off, because we don't want that to happen. So now I am just coming into the atmosphere, engulfed in a ball of fire, right about until this point where the solar panels explode. I mean, I can't say I didn't see that happening, but you know, whatever. And then we finally get through most of the atmosphere when the starts flipping out, and then just really starts spazzing out because, you know, It's what it does these days. And now I deploy the chutes to slow us down, and it's been a very successful mission, I would say. A very successful mission. We docked with the station, and yeah. And then I pop the other chutes, and then the craft, because it's at 4 times time accelerate, decides to spaz out. And then the drogue chutes deploy, and then the main chutes deploy. And yeah, we're about to touch the water. And yeah, it was a very successful mission, and I really don't know what else to say. But right as we're about to touch the water, the craft decides to explode on me. And that happens, and then everything falls to the bottom. But that's what happens, and I would like to say thank you, and I will see you next time.